welcome to my movie review. The movie I'm going to be talking about today is The Joker, which came out in 2019. So, just a quick summary of the movie. It is about a man who has a mental disability of uncontrollable laughter. This man's name is Arthur Fleck, and throughout the movie, he tries to gain connection with society. And I feel like Arthur Fleck he wears two masks throughout the movie. He wears the one to his day job of being a clown, and the other one I feel like he wears is that one that he paints on this picture of him trying to act or be like everyone else in order to fit in with the society. And throughout the movie, he is bullied. He is treated horribly by his coworkers, by everyone that he sees on the streets. He's bullied, he isolates himself, and that causes him to go into madness. And once he realizes that there's no hope for him, that it's just how it's going to be, he turns into the villain that we know, which is the Joker, and causes an uprising from everybody who feels exactly the same way that he does, and they take over the town of Gotham. This movie relates to sociology is that it shows us how the effects of a society can cause someone to completely lose their mind, and how that with bullying and isolation, it's not good for the human mind, the human emotional response. And it shows us how societies were back then, and it also shows us how we view sociology today. So one of the main theories that I can apply to this is socialization. And with socialization, the definition of it is being that trying to conform or act the same way as a society would, or trying to fit in. And the reason I chose socialization is because Arthur Fleck throughout the movie is trying different ways in order to fit in. He's trying to conform to the society's norms, but with him having the job of a clown, he really is not able to fit in, because the only ones that are clowns are him and his co-workers, and they really are the outcasts of the city in a way. So the socialization, he's not able to actually meet the standards of the society or meet their norms, and which causes him to get bullied and leads him to be isolated most of the time. And I believe that we actually do see that today within our own society, that we see people who are different from us or don't really fit in as well, and we tend to just block them out, or we tend to like, oh well, they don't belong here, they shouldn't be here then. And like, we have as a society have our own set of standards, but I feel that we do need to like adjust them in a way where it accepts everyone that comes to live here or just comes to visit. We should open our standards up to them, and so that way they don't have such a difficult time to conform. So the reason I picked this movie is because I felt it was a good example of, again, the topic of socialization and how it's hard for one to really adapt to society's needs or be able to socialize within a society that doesn't accept anyone that is not within their own guidelines of how they should be, which again is how Arthur Fleck was within the movie. He really couldn't conform to the society. Even though he tried to, they still would not accept him for being who he was. So the audience for this movie, I feel like, would be really anyone, above the age of, I think, 16, because at that age you should really understand what is happening or what's going on. But it's like a wake up call to the audience to see like, oh, this is what would happen if we treat people like this. It can cause this to happen or that to happen, and it's really a wake up call. Like, okay, we need to stop this. Like, we need to start changing the way we treat people. And when the movie did first come out, there was like talk about how it was too much for an audience, or how it's too much to be showing. But that shows that people are just scared to see that that's how they really are, or that's how society is today. So I feel like the audience should be anyone above the age of 16 again, because at that age you really know, or you should start knowing when or what it is or what's happening in the movie. Okay, this movie did worldwide gross, I believe it was $1 billion, not million, $1 billion, which is a lot of money. And I believe it was within like the first couple months that it reached that much, which it had blown out movies that previously were at 461 million and 450 million. So this movie did make a lot of money. And to the background of the movie, I think the particular reason this movie was made was just to, again, show the origin of the Joker and how he came to be the Joker. But then also the reason being is showing that how society can treat someone and turn someone into being the villain, and how it can cause someone to go mad and cause them to feel like there's nothing left for them and it's a loss of all hope for them. As far as the culture of this movie, I believe it fits in with the pop culture because it's what our generations, kind of see today. They see violence, they see bullying, they see people going crazy, shooting schools, having mass shootings everywhere. So I believe this movie is pop culture, and it's to show that actually what is happening in around our world. And yeah. Okay. On the rating scale, I'll give it a 5 because this is like one of the greatest movies I have seen in a while. And that's just the fact that it shows everything that we see today. And it shows that how, if we don't stop doing or stop treating people the way we do, it's what's going to happen. And we're going to eventually have this big old riot that's going to cause everything to go, downhill from there. Now, race and ethnicity within the movie, I really can't tell what they were. I can say maybe Mexicans and whites and, blacks as well in there. So it was a mixed movie. It wasn't really about race. Like, it didn't focus on race itself. As far as gender, the main character was male. They did have their fair share of males and females within the movie as well. I do feel like this is, an example of our current climate, our current situation within, society, and how it shows everything that is happening and everything that's going on in the world, as far as, even going into gender and, race and ethnicity. It shows you can bully someone for being, a different color than you, or being, different gender than you, and it can show that them not being able to socialize or be able to, conform to society's, norms or whatever they may be, that they're going to be bullied and they're going to be, have to isolate themselves, and it can eventually cause them to, go a little insane or lose their mind a little and do something bad. So, which is why society, that all needs to stop, and we need to really just, allow, some cushion in there for people to try and, fit in. So again, the way this movie fits in with, sociology itself is that it shows that, when it comes to society, when someone doesn't fit in, it can cause them to feel out of place. It can cause them to feel, different emotions, mixed emotions about it. And the topic being socialization, author Fleck not being able to really socialize with anyone outside of his, job of being a, failed comedian. And even when it came to the point of him, going up on a talk show host, on a talk show, it wasn't, to talk about his being a comedian job. It was to get made fun of even more. Which at that point was when, he lost it all. But it shows that to the sociology of a person, it can really damage it being bullied all the time. It can damage it having to isolate themselves all the time. And again, I do really think it reflects the way our society is today and how it shows everyone and how it shows how we treat people now and today. Thank you.